lost generation needs more examples of people learning who they need to be. It's time that I bring you with me to become who I need to be in this series. My goal is to inspire people to develop their character by being the example.
Each and every one of you.
Alright, so it is chest day, and I don't feel so great right now. Maybe the pre-workout can help me out, but I don't know. My body's really fucked up from squats and deadlifts. Yeah, weird.
That's what it is. I'm over here like wondering, why am I so tired?
Bro, I'm telling you, man, these powerlifting workouts, they take a toll on you. So what I want to talk about is your intentions. Very important. Your intentions on what you're going to do. Make sure when you intend to do anything there is, make sure it's long term and it's something you can do on a consistent basis. Why? Because that will outrun absolutely any type of evil intention. Because once you do something that is evil or bad, you don't get fulfilled by it, and you figure it out pretty fucking fast after you fulfill it. So that's one thing I wanted to mention.
Take a look past our innocence. Take a step back to yesterday. When life would move slower, we would never grow up. All we knew that love was for when we're older. Anything could happen, secretly imagine. They could never tear us apart, too young to fall. This is a story that we could take back someday. Unknown glory that we could get back, they say. This is a story that we could take back someday. Oh, if only we could take back someday.
Another thing about like character development that I want to bring into this episode too is about literacy. How you speak, certain words you use, the past tense things, suffixes, prefixes, all that shit is super important on how you want to convey yourself, whether you want to be a victimizer, you want to be someone who wants to point the finger. All that comes into play, and it's very important. So if you're not really good at English, or not English, but if you're not very good at telling people and expressing people how you feel and also what you want, it's going to be harder for you to go out in this real world. Alright, so one trick I'd highly recommend you guys is to look down a very busy road on maps. Let's see where we can go at. Look down a very busy road on maps and click on the location, see if they're like retail stores or fast food, whatever it is, or an actual office or whatever it is. You search them up on Indeed and you go ahead and apply. Most likely if they have any jobs opening, they would actually put their stuff on Indeed. So that's a nice tip for you guys. Hopefully you guys can kind of up your job searching game if you guys are looking for a job as well.
Let's go. How do you feel? Alright, Justin, so what happened mid-set?
So as y'all saw in that third set of my bench press, I got a phone call. And I was like, normally it happens to be scams from Harlingen, Laredo, as I was talking in the last video. Turns out to be an interview now, so we're good. This is the next step. Let's go for it. I got it in like an hour. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have to show up like this. Maybe not, I actually have time. We're still early, but I'm not gonna risk being late, especially to an opportunity like this, so let's go for it. Alright, so when it comes to this job interview I'm talking about, it's at a gym. Point being said, when it comes to this, I cannot control the factor if I'm going to get hired or not, but I can control the fact of me getting ready for it, showing up on time, and there's certain things that I can't control. So what I have to do is channel my focus on that and carry on like it's a normal day, because at the end of the day, like I said, I cannot choose whether if I'm hired or not, so I can't focus on that. I shouldn't focus on that. So try the same thing with you. and not stress about things you cannot control. It's very important that your focus is channeled on the proper things that you can control, okay? So we just got done with the job interview. I feel like I spoke a little too much, but at the same time I noticed about myself that I was able to think about what I wanted to say and not be so pressured on replying so quick, because I'm a very most likely impulsive person. I've been really working on that, and as well as my literacy, because I've learned that I use words that I don't mean sometimes, and that can throw off the intention of the argument or the conversation or whatever it is, and the purpose. There has to be a purpose most of the time, especially when you want to say something or when you're talking about something, or especially if you're arguing about something. But there's no point of arguing, but instead figuring out an understanding between both parties. So back on topic. Right now we're not going to get our hopes up too high, because I know what it's like to have a fucking everything goes south and everything hits the fan. So I'm just going to focus on what I got to do right now. So a little bit of yard work, editing, and I'll see you guys tomorrow most likely. I still haven't eaten actually, so I got to get my meals in. You see, like, things come up throughout the day and I'm not even focused on food. Why? Because, well, I don't know. I don't care about food. I really don't. As long as I have my caffeine, I'm great. But at the same time, it is bad, especially if you're a powerlifter. So I do not recommend you just completely forgetting about food, but staying disciplined to eating. I don't have anorexia or anything like that, so you don't have to worry about me. But I'm just saying, like, I'm just really focused on things. So I kind of, like, it's a good thing because my mind isn't bored where I have to constantly snack or whatever, because snacking is definitely the killer of discipline when it comes to dieting and shit like that. So I'm just really dialed in a bit. Like, it's something new that happened, finally a breakthrough. Kind of. I don't want to say it is yet, because if I don't get the job, it's not a breakthrough. It's just another bump in the fucking road.
Action.
So the crazy thing about today, and I didn't even know till right now, which is 9:22, this phone line will be cut off by tomorrow. Sadly. But however, there's a backup plan. We have don't point. We have a tablet that has hotspot. So the hotspot is able to allow me to do Wi-Fi calling, so I can receive calls, but I can't give calls or make calls. So if that goes bad, obviously we have that backup plan for the Wi-Fi calling. We got that figured out, and also I have this shitty Android that's still connected. So by all comes the worst, I have this phone to call and look for the general manager and get hired at my job interview. So at first we were like, damn, imagine not having a phone tomorrow and you're supposed to get called for a fucking job. Well, I already got the interview, right? But you're supposed to be called back to get hired, or to, to go in. What the fuck? This is it. This is a pretty shitty situation, but I'm calm right now and I'm not as stressed because, well, I have the second phone and I have Wi-Fi calling, so I'm pretty much set. And yeah, some shitty situation that almost got sticky. Alright, so what we have is a bag of popcorn just for extra carbs, a pack of crackers for even more carbs, and straight up a lot of sugar tea. That is for a lot of sugar and glycogen. It's for my body. And then the main course, a ground beef and potatoes, even more carbs and just a bit amount of protein, and a whole water bottle because of all the fucking sodium I'm about to ingest, so I don't wake up tomorrow with the fucking busted lip. So yeah, this is my meal I'm going to eat before tomorrow. This is my second meal of the day. Earlier, I had 2 pizzas from Little Caesars, which is not good enough. And for most of y'all who don't know, do not know, I hope it's focused on me, but for most of you who do not know, milk and a lot of dairy items, cheese and stuff like that, they cause acne. I don't know what side it's on, but they cause acne. I recently broke up because I started going shitty on my food. I started eating dairy. I started eating all these oils that are like orangish, kind of like that, but that's a seasoning. But orange type of oils that are like synthetic, they cause you to have your hormones disrupted. So that's gonna cause definitely acne. Definitely can fuck with your muscle growth and your strength, and also just anything in your mind. Anything
Gonna rise, gonna fall, getting pulled apart. And we all do it all, cause it stole our hearts. Gonna light up the sky, so ignore the stars. And we all do it all, cause it stole our hearts. We didn't wanna call it too early. Now it seems a world away, but I miss the day. Are we ever gonna feel the same? Standing in the light till it's over, out of our minds. Someone had to draw a line. We'll be coming back for you one day. We'll be coming back for you one day. I don't even care if I know you. Out of our minds, got to leave it all behind. We'll be coming back, 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 back. We'll be coming back for you one day.
Come on. Let's go, Justin. Come on. Come on. Take it out of you, dog. Right here, Justin. Right. Come on. Come on. That's right, dog. That's right, dog. That's right, Justin. Let's go. Pick it up. Pick it up. Knock it out. Come on. Let's go. Another one. Let's go. Knock it out. Easy. Let's go, dog. Let's go, dog. Let's go. Let's go.
From afar, we were riding that wave, blinded by the lights, and it's something I crave. We didn't want to call it too early. Now it seems a world away, but I miss that day. Are we ever gonna feel the same? We'll be coming back for you one day.
Okay, so I just got back from the gym. I woke up for the first time in a while at 10 in the morning. Normally I wake up around like 11ish to 12, maybe even 1 the latest, to make sure I get my 8 to 10 hours of sleep so I can have a good session. But last night, since I ate kind of late, the whole entire night I was kind of like half awake and just going through a bunch of thoughts, not gonna lie. So that kind of didn't allow me to get the best sleep, but however the session was pretty good. My knee kind of got a little irritated. That's why I kind of didn't rush to any back downs. I kind of just went straight to the back workout. I overshot. I was supposed to do 525 today for the double, but I did 535. I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know why I thought I was thinking 535. We still got it, but we weren't able to do back downs, so that's not a good thing in my opinion. But at the same time, I was able to put in some really good work with my back workout, as you saw today. Those just the warm-up sets you pretty much saw, except for one of them, my dumbbell rows. Anyways, I'm waiting on a phone call right now. So it turns out the Wi-Fi calling doesn't work on my phone, so that's bad. So what we're going to have to do is use my secondary phone. I already called in before that I can get a missed call to the wrong number. So we got that solved. Right now we're just waiting on a call. For now, I'm going to edit a video and post it on Instagram because that was a fucking fat PR again. And I love it. I'm excited about it. So fulfilling. It's awesome, man. I want to share that with you all. So, so another tip. Make sure you go to bed 2 hours after your last meal, because then you're going to be up not sleeping. You're going to be digesting instead of actually recovering and sleeping. I've heard this once by Mr. Luke Belmar before, and it is true as fuck. Last night I had that experience. It was not the best. So, pro tip, 1 to 2 hours before bed, your last meal. Maybe a snack is cool before bed, but at the same time, it's just make sure it's not heavy the way I fucking had that meal last night. Yeah, so we got it. We finally did it, or so we got through the next step. So I'm done kind of slightly stressing, and now it's time to take action on what I really have to do. So we're stepping forward. We're still going to have to be a little bit patient on future things to come, such as starting my business or any type of business that I have coming up, and breaking it down with you all, showing you guys what's the next step and how I'm going to be doing the business. Right now, I'm still like, I've been very cautious about this every single time when you're about to complete a level, you're at 99%, and anything can go wrong. I'm always super cautious about this. I can never have great things. I can, but I'm just saying, like, it's just a matter of, like, being cautious of any bad things that can fuck the whole thing up, and I want to be aware of it, just be looking out for it. But at the same time, we're staying focused on our priorities. That's all we got to do. We don't have to worry about nothing besides what we really have to do right now, our responsibilities, our task. It's been truly amazing this past few days, especially since I started this series. Like I said before, I really can't sleep because I'm excited, I'm anxious, I'm always focused, I'm always driven. It's been on my mind for a while, and I've been like absolutely positive recently. It's just been kind of life-changing. I've had this kind of like a positive breakthrough. It's just been absolutely amazing. I just keep saying it over and over and over because there is no reason why to live a shitty life that you don't want to live. Just take action on things that fall in place towards what you want to do with your life or in your life. And yeah, that's all I wanted to say. I wanted to kind of update you guys saying I got the job and it's time to take action. Just stay focused on what I got to do, be responsible, and let's do what we got to do. Alright, so don't mind the shitty handwriting, but anyways, see if we can focus it. Right now we are studying. I'm gonna go to bed. In a bit I have a shift at 8 o'clock in the morning. Definitely not my type, but we're gonna adjust to it because we gotta do what we gotta do. Whatever it takes, we're locked in. Right now we're studying back about one of my weaknesses still. I believe it is. I mean, I'm a little familiar with it and all, but it's still considered my weakness because I need more experience. I have all the knowledge about it and all these cool objections or whatever that I can counter things and turn it into something great to meeting the other person's goal. However, I need the experience when it comes time to walk the walk because I don't know how it's going to go. I can definitely stutter. I can say something wrong. I could definitely have a word that is not supposed to be in the sentence, like a counter of my entire reason for saying the sentence. It's like a but, and if, maybe making sure things are not certain and being not so confident in what I'm saying. So I gotta it's gonna take practice, but we're gonna definitely get this down. We're gonna try our best to study it and practice it as much as we can. So yeah, we're gonna get better at sales.
In the dark, we lie awake. Colors burst and echoes fade. If the shadows take the light, we'll send sparks into the night. If we crash, I'll break your fall and guide you home and reverse it all. And send sparks into the night. We'll send sparks into the night. And send sparks into the night. We'll send sparks into the night. In the dark, we lie awake. Colors burst and echoes fade. If the shadows take the light, we'll send sparks into the night. If we crash, I'll break your fall and guide you home and reverse it all. We'll send sparks into the night. We'll send sparks into the night.
So today has called deadlifts, even though they're moving nice, but I already knew if I pushed it, my hook grip wouldn't have held because my skin is tearing right here, and I'm saving my straps. If I have, hopefully I can buy some new ones before things can happen. In 2 weeks from now, we're gonna go for it. I will most likely create a video by then, so the next episode 3 will be coming out in time from now. Today though was an important moment at the gym that I had to understand, be able to share with you what was going on, because in the scenario, yeah, it's just me. You can just simply call it, yeah, I called off a session. But deep down inside and mentally, how that affects me, it bothers me a lot. It bothers me too much. I stress about it. And I believe everyone should possibly do the same for themselves, because yeah, it's harsh to be like really hard on yourself when you can't even control the situation. But it's what it takes to be the best in the world. It's what it takes to beat people. It's what it takes to be unbeatable. It's what it takes to win. And I understand that. So that's why there's times where I'm always like, I can't believe you're actually letting this go. You're really actually calling it right now. I mean, I'm being held back. All these things that happen, it's just super stressful in a way. But at the same time, with that type of discipline and self accountability, it really makes you the best version of yourself. And it really just comes down to all those little moments, every single session, every single detail in your life, and outside the gym, inside the gym, regardless. Just having that discipline it'll make you the best you can ever be in this world. So yeah, I wanted to come across that simple little point really quick to share with you all. It's not just about the gym. It goes beyond the gym most of the time. I was pretty frustrated today. It wasn't very fun for me because I'm always, in a way, not impulsive. Well, there's another word for it, but I feel like I'm behind all the time. I always feel like I'm behind. I could be doing way better right now if I was never held back, if I never took any breaks, if I never took any sessions off or anything like that requires me not to do the work I'm required to do that day, or in general missing out on any type of work. It bothers me. It really fucking bothers me. And all I can do about it now is carry on, and in other words, focus on my next session, focus on how I can decrease the amount of work that will be left out, because there's times I'm sure where I'm actually going to need to take a break, and that's just normal because our bodies are not fucking inevitable. But it takes a fucking discipline, especially from going all in too. Like for me, I'm the type of person to hit the gym as long as I need to, like even more than I need to. So when it comes to actually resting, it takes, like, I have to actually tell myself, chill the fuck out. Like, just enough, you know, like, and even when I tell myself that, it annoys me. It's just something it's not so fun for me. It's not so easy for me. Regardless of that, I have trouble stopping. Regardless of that, not regardless. Other than that, let's talk about tomorrow. I'm gonna be including my bench session tomorrow. I believe. I don't know if I'll be talking after that. Today, I didn't really like, my sleep schedule was a little off because of work now, and it's no problem for me. All I'm doing is just adapting, and that's what I can do. Like, just literally adapt, and I will be able to survive and still grow. Within time, I will be fixing up my diet as soon as I can. As y'all saw what the fuck I ate, like last minute shit, just like literally shoving a bunch of shit into a blender. It was kind of like doing that and just getting 1,000 calories in before the night ends. I'm pretty sure y'all can relate to that shit sometimes, especially if you're a gym bro. But yeah, let's get more let's fix up the little blemishes here and there in my lifestyle. For one, it's my diet and definitely my sleep. My finances, for a fact, that's definitely gonna get fixed. Next up, I want to say that's super important to me, my focus. Super important. I only want to talk about that because it comes down to the simplicity of all these distractions around you, whether someone told you something, whether you feel like there's a limit, whether you feel like it's the end of something. All those things are just distractions and ideas that are distractions from what you really have to do. Like, let's say for me, if I knew I was never going to break 500 pounds for a deadlift, but the fact that I show up knowing, or not knowing, but staying consistent of deadlifting, putting in the work, training my back, training my deadlifts, staying on program, within time, whether if I believed it or not, most likely I probably would have, that I was never going to surpass 500 pounds, and if everybody told me that I was never going to do it, then, and if I stay consistent, obviously I'm going to fucking surpass that shit. And then it's going to feel absolutely amazing to see that absolutely positive, just mind-blowing breakthrough that I proved everybody wrong, even myself. I once heard this from the man himself, Christian Guzman. Double down, show up, prove everybody wrong. And that even includes yourself. Because there's times where I'm very certain everybody, absolutely everybody, including myself, has felt the most unconfident, discouraged fucking feeling ever and still moved forward to strive for whatever was there. And it worked out. It worked out. So, yeah, I just wanted to give you guys a few words in my mental state in a bit, like my situation, something that came up. You know, I want to share that with you guys along this journey and give you guys some more information on what's to come. So, on to the bench session.
See me in the darkness, we found love. We're bound to be. Made a promise to ourselves, be braver than 20 million soldiers in the world tonight. But tell me the feeling, are we ever gonna be here again? How do you know? How do you know if we're ever gonna be here again? How do you know? How do you know if we're ever gonna be here again? The time, the feeling, are we ever gonna be here again? Am I ever gonna see you again?
tips and examples and situations before the video ends for episode 2. You just feel the fucking wind. Alright, so the first one is do not let questions limit you to a negative response. Do not feel like when they ask you a question you're limited to those certain options or to have a negative response. So let's say when you ask somebody, for example, who do you want to win the war? Somebody says neither, that they want peace. They want people to stop dying. If you know, then you know. But other than that, point being said is that they came out with a positive outcome, a positive answer, which is that's efficient as fuck. You know, you thought outside the box. That's awesome. Alright, so the person in the story understands the lesson better. So the person who experiences it is going to have more than likely a greater memory when the situation comes up again, or a similar situation, versus somebody who just read a book about it and just understood the lesson, versus somebody who actually learned the lesson. Because you can read about all the problems and how they've been solved and everything, but unless you've done it for yourself, then it's less likely that you will forget it. If you have a counter idea, you don't agree with somebody, or you think that what they're saying is wrong, do not have a negative response or tell them that they're directly wrong. What you want to do is ask them certain questions to get them to understand what you believe is better for them to understand. There is no right or wrong, really. It's just more about understanding the bigger picture and seeing it the way you're supposed to see it. Okay, so this is super important because I've been myself trying to learn this as hard as I can. Just try my best to perfect it, but I'm still learning, of course. But what it is when you're asked a hard question, you have to answer quick with a cold face, just dead face, with mad confidence, eye contact, saying, when they ask you, who are you? Or when they ask you, what do you want? Or like a very hard question like, what are you going to do with your life? What do you want to do? What is your dream? What inspires you? You have to give them a straightforward answer and with confidence. The moment you can master that purpose and that answer, the better. You seem more like you know what you're doing. Most likely you do because you understand why. So when you hear music, aim for uplifting or maybe ambient music, but primarily uplifting music that talks about things that resonate with what your goals are and resonate with what your intentions are and your focus. If you hear rapping music just because they talk big, or if they talk with bad words and stuff like that to make you feel tough, that is not, in a sense, you feeling tough. That's just bullshit fed into your ear. Like rhythms and melodies that make you feel more energized and more focused. Okay, so now this is a deep question for me, and I'm still kind of learning it myself and understanding why. I have to think about it all the time. But it's time for me to at least try to answer it all the time, the best that I can. I can reword it sometimes, but the intention and the purpose is always going to be the same. So for me, why am I doing this series? Why am I doing what I'm doing? What's my purpose? What gives me real chills to drive through absolutely everything? It's this feeling of me wanting to be a leader, to set example, but not to control people, but to inspire people and be an example to show them that it's possible that they can take control of their lives as well. That's exactly why I'm making this series, and that's exactly what I want from this series. I feel like I need to be an opportunity that's always going to be there for anybody that I've ever known, cared about, or anybody watching this series. I want these people to know that this specific process and not formula, but this journey is something that's always going to be there for them, regardless of how late they are in their life or how early they are on their lives. So I want to be the opportunity that's always going to be there for them to take control of their lives. So that's another point on reason why. There's 2 points already. I hope editing can fix this shit because I've kind of scattered all over the place. But alright. I hope you guys enjoyed episode 2. I hope these terms and as well as points and questions can definitely guide you a little bit more in whatever it is that you're going through. Hopefully you guys can take control of your lives as well. And I'll see you guys in episode 3. I'm absolutely proud of these next steps that I'm taking and this understanding that I'm gaining of my life. So hope you guys can do the same for yourselves. Thank you for watching.